Hello there, ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade jazz bass trombone auditionees. This is Dr. Jeff Phillips, and I am going to attempt to take you through some things on the bass trombone audition here for the Jazz Mid-State All-State stuff. Okay, disclaimer. So I'm going to make this excuse before I botch stuff up completely. I'm a tenor trombone player that occasionally plays bass trombone. So, there, for what it's worth. All right, so I am using one that's it's got two triggers on here. Oh, two's always better than one. Anyway, and some of the things I use position-wise, I'm going to be referring to that type of instrument. So anyway, all right. So this reflection is kind of insane for bass trombone. I'm just going to say it. All right, I just did. So anyhow, so let's go through this. So a jazz ballad, straight eighth notes. I'm glad he wrote that up there, because a lot of times people go jazz ballad, and I'm swinging, and sometimes there's a hint of swing on a jazz ballad. You just have to listen to jazz ballads. It's great. It says listen to J.J. Johnson's Lament. Okay, but even vocalists doing jazz ballads, and you kind of get an idea. There's sort of sometimes a hint of swing, but it's not like a Count Basie swing. Okay, it's a completely different thing. So the best thing is think straight eighth notes and don't overemphasize anything like that. So ballad, pretty, I hope. Interpret interpret with your own dynamics. Ooh, be in for some fun stuff on the audition for that. Listening to that, won't we? Anyway, all right. Okay, let me go ahead and talk about vibrato right off the top of the bat, in case you missed it on my other videos. So, vibrato is a personal choice. It should not be something that yours sounds just like mine, and mine sounds just like J.J. Johnson's, and also it has to develop from down here. And I don't mean in your heart and lungs. No, in your soul. Okay, you have to experience vibrato. So, with that said, you still, if you're going to use it, you have to practice it, because you have to know how to control it. So, the best practice, we say that a lot in education, best practices for vibrato are to establish the note, go above and below it, I guess, but start slow, get faster, and taper back off. Not just note, vibrato switch, old lady in church, okay, and then going on. So anyway, so you'll hear me do some things like that. If you like it, great. Say, oh, copy it. Okay, fine. It's not copyright. It's just me. If you like it, great. If you like it on one note, I do. But if you don't like it on another, you can choose. It goes along with the interpret your dynamics, and also interpret your own vibrato. So, but on a ballad, I think it's very appropriate, but that's just me. All right, we'll point out a couple of things in there. First of all, the B natural in one minute, and then you have B flat. Just pay attention to accidentals. G, then G flat. Hopefully at the high school level that doesn't blow your mind. If it does, you probably shouldn't be auditioning. Anyway, pay attention to those things. You got to get those under control. Kind of noticed that I've also put in a couple of little scoops in there. Again, that's Jeff. So you got D flat, but then you got a D. played a D in first, which was kind of dumb because then I can't use vibrato because then you're going. You're kind of hard on the teeth there. So if you're going to do that on the note D or anything like that, you're going to need to put it in fourth position. Play it out there. All right, it's going on into the second line with the pickups. That's still a G flat because the accidental. I'm playing it out in 6. You wrote an A for bass trombone? What is the deal? Anyway, so let's talk about a couple things there. So the longer notes, I think you might want to use a little vibrato on anything that's dotted half note tied to an eighth, that kind of thing. But not like the quarter notes. That would be really goofy, wouldn't it? To go. I'm nervous. Okay. So there's that part. All right. So that part right there where you go F sharp G, B flat, D flat, up to A. Lordy. It's got a little scoop on there. That will probably help. I would also, this is definite place, I would put in a crescendo, dynamic to interpret on your own. Definitely crescendo up to the A. And also you got that little scoop, so that will probably help you out also. Articulate where you start that note, maybe out in flat second or third position, just slightly below the A because it's a short little scoop. Articulate there and go up to it. So it is part of the slur, but I think you're going to need to go. Okay, so a couple things to practice. Practice going. Just a lip slur up there. When you get that, then you can do the scoop. But the dwa, okay, so I think you need to articulate that to get the little scoopy in there. Otherwise, it's a real mess, a hot mess. So. Alright, so yeah, a little vibrato there, make sure you hold it out, knows how to do it slow, then fast, and then taper it into the rest. Now, getting back down here, I would, even with, I got 2 buttons, even with 2 buttons, I'll go D flat in 5th to C in 6th. And I think, for me, when I've played through this a couple times, it works better to do, if I'm doing that, then I can play the F and the C in 6th position, then coming back into 1st. I found it a little easier to go. You could come back into 1st for the C, and then at the end of line 2. But I just think it's easier to go. I'm out there anyway. Just go there instead of coming back up here and then going back out. So anyway. Practice that. Our little arpeggio there, starting on line 3. Okay, and then articulating the E, and you also kind of have to do the A with a little legato tongue. So I don't see any really any tricks there. I mean, the logical positions, the F valve for the E, the F valve for the E flat. Just make sure the E flat, well, both notes are in tune. They're not exactly in the positions they are without them up an octave. So if you don't know about that, email me. I'll tell you the secrets. Okay. that interval. You could go play the B flat in second or flat third with the F valve, but I don't know why you want to do that. I kind of like to do the movement. It kind of helps with the articulation or the legato movement, I believe. Anyway, so start on the third line. Yeah, I put a little scoop there and a little vibrato there. I kind of like to play all those same rhythmic figures, same way. And the next one, last measure with line 3. I play the D in fourth, the high one, because I'm already playing a G in fourth. And that makes a lot more sense to me. And then here you've got a choice. If you got both, two buttons, you can play the D here and then play the C with just the F. So you go. Don't have one on stick. Well, here we go. Anything can happen. This is live. Well, at least I'm recording it live. I mean, there's that. I like to do, at least when I practice this, I won't say I've really done that, but anyway, when I play this, I do like the D in with the F valve in sort of, your flat fourth, your fifth position, and then doing the C in sixth, and the F in sixth, and the G flat in fifth. So. And again, the high D in fourth. That just works for me after doing the E flat, starting on the last measure of line 3. Then you have a break there. All those dotted quarter notes. If I was playing this for real, I think I'd try to get enough air so I didn't have to breathe after every dotted quarter note, because that gets to be kind of non-musical. Anyway, all right, going on. Measure. Good grief, that's small. Well, I still can't read it. Is that measure 14? Anyway, the fourth line, second measure. All right, eighth notes. Again, remember, you're going to kind of keep them even. Now, you might want to put a little vibrato on the D flat, but not on the E flat. I kind of like the longer note to have it, and the D flat, the quarter note, to not have it. But anyway, that's just me. But make sure you hold the D flat out of full quarter note. D, da. Ask your band director what those two little things are called. Okay. It's not a Caesar salad, but it's something that's going to sound a little bit like that. See if they know. If they go, it's railroad tracks, right? Just see. Test them. All right, last line. All right, so C, F. All right, so let's play that evenly so you get to hearing those notes. Here, one of the things, since you've got the little squiggly line written between the E and the G, is I'm playing the D in fourth, the high D in fourth. Go ahead and play the E in fifth, and then you can just smear up to G in second. I don't know whether that's what he meant, but it works. You go. Kind of a little Tower of Power lick there, sort of. But you could go. That sounds weird, though, doesn't it? That's weird, too. But I like just the simple smear. You have to change your embouchure for it, all right? Kind of taper that down as you do your vibrato, all right? So, there's that one. That's the easier one, at least for me. Now there's this other one, hanging out in the basement. Okay, fast swing. Well, this may not go too fast. All right, So, all right. So I'll just shut up. Start. Anyway, if you watch the other ones I did for tenor trombone, I mentioned this. That when you're playing swing, play continuous eighth notes legato, unless it's specifically marked not to be legato. For instance, like in measure 3, there's an eighth note there on the and of beat 3 that has a dot. Okay, don't play that one legato. But the rest of them, you want to try to play as legato and smoothly as you can, so you don't sound like this and think, I'm swinging. That ain't swinging. Sure not. So try to play things smoothly. Alright, so I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna do that slowly, and then I'll go back and kind of kick it up. Look at the last measure on that line. F, G, C. So you're already in fourth. So to get to C, all you gotta do is push both buttons. Then open. And really, you can almost slur. It's got a line over the G, so it's long, and then the C's got a dot. If you cut off the C with the tongue, you can just slur down to it. Okay, the horn lets you do that pretty easily. So anyway, mezzo forte, just a good sound to begin with. You want things to be comfortable. Practice that because E naturals will become E naturals and a half. I've heard that before. And don't go. It's long, da 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 da, short. And that's right on beat 4. Push those down together a little better. All right, going on line 2. Same kind of idea, but E flats this time. D da da dee da dot da dee dot. Again on beat 4. Now, I would play the D there, the low D, in fourth with or flat fourth with the valve, like just on the F attachment side, then coming back into first, just because you've got it. Just because I'm already out there, and I like to come in with that line D, E, F, and then go back out for F sharp, then going D, E. That's just an extra finger to get in the way, for me anyway. But again, I'm a part-time bass trombone player. Okay, lines. Okay, so you want the G in the third line, measure 2, be a little more emphasized, maybe a little separation. On stick. Alright, so then you're already out there for the C with both buttons. Lift them both, there's your low G, B flat, back to C. I didn't stay sticking. Oh, should hold that before I start. Yeah, you got a sudden dynamic change in there, which to me is a little tricky. So, got a good healthy sound. And it looks to me like it's on beat 1, but it kind of also looks like it's on the and of 1. I'm really unclear as to which way you do that. I don't know. I think that sounds weird. Okay. I personally would put it on the B flat on beat 1. But hey, that's just me. I'm not gonna argue with anybody, but that's just how I'd play it, unless somebody told me not to. Anyway, so then I start the next thing after that double bar. Double bars at the end of every line. No, they're not. Anyway, all right. So measure for line 4. Back to stuff like the beginning. On beat 4, but now we got a few more notes. Suddenly, forte, but don't hurt people. Now that's a chromatic disaster waiting to happen. Kind of. Okay, so go even and slowly first, so you can really listen to pitch and get that exact. And then a little part right after that. So off the beat, on the beat, off the beat. Alright, and then rest. Bum, bum. But it's pianissimo, but not so soft. Nothing comes out. Plus, you're a bass trombone player, so there's no such thing as soft. Out, did I say that? Okay. So short. The quarter notes are short. And there it's an E natural. Also, you got this crescendo riff for 1, 2, 3, 4 measures. Kind of try to do that on the long notes, not on the quarter notes. That would sound silly. So. Here's that same lick there where I go out to the on the F side with the low D. Alright, this next thing is kind of fun, but a little frustrating, especially for me. But 3-note groups. Notice how it's grouped in 3s, even though it's 8th notes, which are 2 on a beat, 2 on a beat. But think of it in 3 groups because it's little chromatic things. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. Then up here with the valve and on the F side, 1, 2, 3. And then 4, 5, 6 for the F, the G, F sharp, F. And then C, B natural, both valves down, 4th, 5th, back to 1st for the B flat, but still thinking 3 notes there. And then you've got the last 2, low G and F sharp. And thank goodness there's retardando there so that you can slow down. And again, if you're thinking in groups of 3, that can let you put those last 2 notes together. So anyway, slowly, this is for me. Alright, so now with a little bit of swing, maybe a little faster, don't know, we'll see how it comes out. Don't like the way I play those last 3 or 4 notes. That will require a little more effort, but I would definitely practice it like that and put it together like that. So, ba da da ba da da ba da da ba da ba da da ba ba. Try that, Jeff. Oh. I'm gonna play the B flat in 3rd with the valve. That would happen. I can't make up my mind. I definitely wouldn't do vibrato on that. That would sound silly, in my opinion. Like a buffalo in heat. Anyway. So anyway, you don't know what's hanging out down in your basement either. Oh, there we go. So there's Dr. Jeff playing some bass trombone. Don't fall. And hope some of those little things give you some insights and ways to practice them, and interpret them a little bit. Don't get really psyched out on fast swing. What's a metronome marking for that? Okay, practice it slow and then work it up to where it's comfortable. Now, don't be ridiculous. Don't come in and play ba ba da da ta 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 ta. Okay, if I were listening to it and I let you play a line like that before I said thank you, that's all we need to hear, that would be good on my part. So don't be ridiculous with it, but you don't have to go bump it a little up. No, in reason. Okay, bump ba dee da da ba be da ba be da 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 ba be da. Let's see. Yeah, somewhere about in there. No, I ain't gonna try to play that last line like that. No, I would have to practice it. All right. So, like I said, hope these have given you some ideas of ways to go about practicing these so that you'll be really well prepared for the audition. And also want to point out that I've got another video. I did it last year, but I don't want to reinvent the wheel because it's still applicable. It's things to not do on the improvisation side of the audition, which I think is pretty important for you to watch that, because it's important to know what not to do on that. And you do need to practice your improvisation. Don't just walk in and say, well, I'm supposed to make it up. Well, you gotta have a vocabulary before you can make the speech. Okay, so anyways, some helpful hints on that other video. If you have any questions over this or any of the audition music that you've got for this or anything else that you want to ask me trombone wise, you can contact me at through my website. It's www.jeffphillipstrombone.com. So easy, even I can remember it. Okay, and you can contact me there. If you got, like I say, if you got any questions on this or anything else trombone wise you'd like to talk to me about, I can try to help you out. And also, you'll find some other fun things there, including some guy playing trombone in a pool to see if he can play underwater. I don't know what that was all about. So have a great audition, and don't hang out in the basement all the time. That's it. Good luck.